just wanted to hop on and talk about life lessons. And I want to kind of start off with, when I first, um, when I was younger, um, my mother, who raised me, who adopted me at 6 months old, my grandmother actually, but she adopted me, so I became her son. And throughout life, she taught me many lessons in life about being a responsible adult in life. And then throughout my growing up, just teaching me life lessons that will help me, um, you know, make it in life. Um, like for example, tying my shoes, or she used to read to me, and she read different books, from um, you know, sports, figures who were grew up during her time, and she enjoyed reading to me about travel and just different stories about different people. There was this book called The K, where this young man, he was on a boat, and it washed ashore, um, and it was in the Pacific Ocean, and it was just him, and then he washed ashore on this island, and a gentleman met him when the boat washed ashore, and um, he introduced himself, and he talked about his life on the island, and it really brings back, as I listened to that story, as my mother read it to me when I was young, how people learn, from one another in everyday life. And the same thing goes, for like in YouTube. I have had you know, a great opportunity to have met many people here in YT world, and in YT world, and I just am very blessed, to been and still able to learn and grow and help others um, achieve his or her goal as a content creator. And we, as content creators, it's very important to help one another out and share ideas, and just give one another advice. I've been blessed to be part of um, a channel that I was taught about, introducing, you know, greeting people, and interacting with people from all walks of life, and helping, you know, uh, guide the channel and be um, the co-host who brings comfort and understanding and hope um, to newcomers in YT world, and it's just a great experience, and I'm very very blessed to have this um, opportunity to be a content creator. And it's all about learning, from others, um, and listening, and just when you're visiting other channels, you have the opportunity to learn, from others, and just be supportive. I feel it's very important to interact, and that way you get to know whom your content creator, who you, whom the content creator is, him or her, and it's a very rewarding experience. I feel that by doing so, it really brings, you learn from one another. Um, for example, I a gentleman whom um, is into music. I found out about his channel, and he's very inspiring. It's and he's taught me so much about music and the meaning behind music, um, the ins and outs of the music business. And so I can't, there's just so much um when you are a content creator, and you learn from um many people, and I feel that's extremely important. And the most important thing is being authentic, being oneself, and um just listening. I feel that learning and growing is a very, very important thing. Being a content creator, I don't know everything, and I don't expect to others to know, but we learn from one another. And I just want to one more thing I want to point out is acknowledging those who are here in the chat. I want to say hello, David. Thank you for being here. I'm and let's see, Timomus. Um, please forgive me if I can't. Um, Vithan. Um, uh, only Lisa. Okay. Um, with that. Okay. I want to thank everyone for being here, and please forgive me. I can't. It's I can't see the screen very well. But I want to thank everyone for being here on the live stream, and I wanted to acknowledge those who are here. And I feel that's another important aspect of being a content creator is acknowledging um, your audience, um, and take that time out to acknowledge them and say hello. Um, and I feel that you give them, um, shine the spotlight on them, and make them and get to know whom they are. And so Um, and I'm gonna answer some questions here. Let's see, spin, let's see. Okay, only asks, where are you from? I'm from the Midwest of the United States, here in Minnesota, and and okay, okay. Um, it's a birthmark. Someone asks what is on my right eyebrow. It's a birthmark, and okay, do you think? Do you think? Okay, so so it's all about like getting to know one another, and like reading the comments, um, and just being acknowledging those whom come to your channel, and that's very, very important. Um, and it's very interesting because I feel that when you are able to listen and have that interaction, it's very key. And a lot of people, might, they want to know, whom you are as a content creator, and that's okay, and it's all about learning and growing together and as one here in YT world. And I've learned so much, outside of YT world. But I also like to, kind of incorporate the two, if you will. Um, I have had I'm in the process of um, doing a cooking class where I will, talk about cooking and the importance of nutrition, a balanced diet, and I have students that I teach um, in my cooking class using an air fryer. When you use an air fryer, it's a healthier way for cooking, process of cooking, and um, it's just a lot easier to use an air fryer. So I take recipes, from um, you know my recipe book, and um, use the air fryer for cooking. And you'd use different methods of cooking. I might, like if I'm cooking spinach, I'll, go step by step of how to cook spinach. Um, Cleaning the spinach and actual cooking the spinach. And then talk about how to properly season your spinach and other foods as well. Um, and so it's all, interactive, learning and growing, and sharing each other's experience. Uh, and that's what's the beauty of it is learning from one another, um, and and just having that being open to listen to others. um, I was taught that you're better off listening as opposed to just talking. So I feel that this, being on YT, in YT has taught me valuable lessons, and it continues to do so. Um, so yeah, guys, it's a wonderful way to um, get whatever you're doing, if it's like painting or um, if anyone's into business, you want to talk about different ideas. That's this is where you come to. You can share ideas with one another, um, and it's and just let it flow naturally. um, be willing to listen to others and accept the feedback that is that's given. Listen to others and respond, um, and give them, him or her, um, a voice. And that's what I was taught. I've been a co-host of Addie Man Flores's channel for uh, a number of years, and I have learned so much from her experience, um, and her guidance. She allows me to, um, you know, introduce, the guests and allow them to, um, you know, have, express, how they're feeling. And, just it's all about, um, letting others shine and learning from others, providing a platform where um, people can, share their ideas and, in a safe and comfortable um, setting. And that's very key. So I think that my years, being a co-host, it has taught me, and it continues to do so. Um, you just don't, you're not like just a co-host. It's more to it. You go beyond that, and it's not like I'm here this time, such and such time, from 1 to 5. It's a continuum. Um, it's about like dedication, loyalty, and consistency, and just being there for support, um, and as well as others. Um, you might. I've visited numerous channels, and what I've learned is is to just be there. Okay. Hey, Marianne. Hello. Welcome. How are you? Thank you for being here. Yes, I just wanted to just we're just talking about the experience of YT, and what's your experience like? If I'm Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here. I was explaining about the importance of interacting with other content creators. Yes. Okay. Great. Great. Salamat. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. How is your channel doing? And how do you like being on YT? Yes, I was taught, Tagalog from Addie Manflores, whom I'm a co-host of her channel, and she has taught, took the time out to teach me Tagalog, as well as others as well. And so, um, but yeah, and so I was just talking about the importance of, interacting with other content creators, and helping, and just visiting others, and taking the time out to be there for other content creators, and help them if they're new, to YT world. And so, and that's what I was, that's very important, is to, help the new comers, in YT. Yeah, guys. And so what's the thing is like, you know, it's all about the, um, you know, learning and growing, because when I first started, I didn't know about how to do a video. So I was taught how to do videos, and I was guided by many different, content creators. Um, yep. And so, Ate Sonia, um, HK Amiga, thank you so much for your guidance and support. Um, Ate Teacher Chrissy, thank you for your guidance, and everyone here in YT World. There's so many people I like to name, but you know who you are, and I just want you to realize that I really appreciate um, your guidance, the support, and and you never stop learning. Um, it's all about continuous growth here in YT World, um, and just being there for one another. So, and I just want to say, um, I'm very blessed, to have the opportunity to um, do this live stream, and provide, support and guidance, um, and I want to make sure that um, new members of YT World have that opportunity to thrive and grow and prosper with his or her new channel. And so, um, but thank you everyone who's here, for your support. I really appreciate um, your time for being here. And so I'm gonna um, sign out. And so I hope everyone has a great weekend, whom's listening and whom's here. And I will see you on the next live stream. All right, everyone, take care. Bye bye.